Hey guys, so Super Bowl 55 is set. It will be Kansas City against Tampa Bay. And even though we didn't get that historic rematch 55 Super Bowls later between the first two teams that played in the first Super Bowl, which was Kansas City Green Bay, this one still has some significance. One, it's the first time that any Kansas City team in the history of their franchise has gone to back to back Super Bowls. So that's pretty cool. On the other hand, though, whether you like the guy or you don't, you got to respect what he's accomplished. Whether you like him or you don't, or how he got to where he is today, or wherever. From a professional standpoint, you got to respect, what he's accomplished at his age. I mean, the guy's about a year older, half a year older than me, or a year and a half older than me. That being Tom Brady, and he's going to his 10th Super Bowl, the most out of any player in the NFL, in NFL history, period, actually. So he's going to his 10th Super Bowl. Number two, he joined sort of an elite group of players that won conference championships and went to Super Bowls, with two different teams, one from each conference. The other player that I can think of is, of course, I believe Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice went to Super Bowls, won NFC championships with the 49ers. He goes over to the Oakland Raiders and he wins the AFC championship and goes to the Super Bowl that year, the same year that Tampa Bay first appeared. This is actually going to be Tampa Bay's second appearance in the Super Bowl, as far as I know. Now, the third and most significant one is finally the one thing everybody's been wondering about. Anytime a team is in the playoffs whose home venue is the host of the Super Bowl, where the Super Bowl is going to be hosted at, that one question finally got answered, and that is, will a playoff team play a home game for the Super Bowl? Will basically, the home team play the Super Bowl on the home turf? And again, we have seen this asked several times throughout the years. In fact, the most recent asking of this question was like 2 or 3 years ago, or 2 or 3 seasons ago, with Minnesota. Minnesota was on such a hot streak, and they were just one game away from playing the Super Bowl on their home turf, but that didn't happen. But now, finally, it did, and in this case, it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be able to lay claim in the history books of the NFL by saying that they were the first and only team so far to host a Super Bowl on their home turf, as well as playing it. Well, you kind of get what I'm saying. Basically, go to the Super Bowl and play it on the home turf, possibly in front of a home crowd. Now, what's interesting about this dynamic is I know some people might say, well, wait a minute. Didn't the 49ers play at home for a Super Bowl? Didn't the Rams play at home? And that is all good points. There's no doubt about it. Those are all good points. I mean, the Raiders, when they were the LA Raiders, and the Rams when they were the LA Rams, yeah, they played close to home, but it wasn't in LA Memorial Coliseum. Instead, it was at the Rose Bowl. So they played at the Rose Bowl and not LA Memorial Coliseum. So it was just basically down the road from LA to Pasadena. So it kind of felt like a home game, but not entirely. It was still on a neutral site. The same with the Super Bowl in 1985-86 with 49ers and the Dolphins. Even though it was like, just a drive across the bridge. I think it was the Golden Gate or the Bay Bridge to Stanford from San Francisco. It was still on a neutral site. Yeah, it felt like a home game in many senses, if you will, but it was still on a neutral site. So it wasn't. So basically, even though it felt like it really wasn't. But this now, though, with Tampa Bay winning the NFC Championship and going to the Super Bowl, this is now legitimate. This is actually happening. And in a time where the unpredictable, is become the norm. Like, you never know what's going to happen now, especially in this, environment, this era of the pandemics, rigged or controversial elections, whatever you want to call it, you know, you never know what's going to happen. And basically, in a year where all this takes place, all of a sudden, from a sports perspective, especially the NFL, you have the home team. No, you have a playoff team win the conference championship and not only earn a spot in the Super Bowl, but be able to earn that spot along with earning the opportunity to play in front of the home crowd on the home turf. So it's going to be really interesting to see because it does have historical significance. So yeah, even though it's like I said, even though it's not the rematch from the first Super Bowl that we've been hoping for, it still has historical significance. Like I said, Kansas City, first time in the franchise history going to back-to-back Super Bowls. For Tampa Bay and the players like Tom Brady, he's going to his 10th, the most of any player in NFL history. He joins an elite group of players where they switch teams and conferences, and won conferences but with two different teams as well. Well, basically, like I said, switching teams, switching conferences, and winning those conferences and getting to the Super Bowl. And thirdly, like I said, history is being made with Tampa Bay being the only team so far where actually they can lay claim as being the first team ever to, only go to the Super Bowl, but able to play it on the home turf. So yeah, this Super Bowl, even though it's not a rematch of the first one, still has historical significance. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be a good matchup. It's going to be the past versus the future. Obviously, this is what people wanted. Somewhat, last year with Rodgers and Mahomes, they didn't get that. Instead, they got Garoppolo and Mahomes. But this year, they're going to get something a little bit better. It's going to be Brady and Mahomes. And I don't think Kansas City faced New England in the playoffs last year when Brady was part of the Patriots. So this is going to be the playoff matchup people have been wanting in the AFC, but now they're going to get it in the Super Bowl with Tom Brady representing the NFC, with the Bucks, and Mahomes representing the AFC with the Chiefs. So yeah, it's going to have historical significance. Maybe not the kind that people were hoping for, but still it is historical in many ways. But let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. What are your thoughts on this upcoming Super Bowl? How do you feel about it? I mean, I know some people might say that, that last play that was flagged and everything, basically was the ref's way of just giving the historic moment to Brady because Brady's the face of the league. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. I'd like to hear what your thoughts are in the live chat and in the comments. And I'll talk to y'all later. Take care. God bless. I am out.